Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and yes, I'm back with a brand new DVD slash Blu-ray slash 4K update for the months of March and April. Yes, I think it is like May 2nd right now, and I gotta do this update tonight because I won't have a chance for like the next couple weeks. Yes, so with that said, yeah, and to answer the question that I always get asked why I don't do monthly updates anymore, it's because I actually never get my stuff for weeks. So if I did a monthly, I'd have like nothing to show at the end of the month. I usually get the majority of my updates like within 2 weeks before I do them. So I wait like 4, 5, 6 weeks for all my... It's ridiculous. So anyways, I digress with that. This update is pretty big. You know, I got a lot of this stuff within like the last like 10 days like I always usually do. But a lot of stuff I had to order from various places because I was had to pick up some very specific titles. So first off, we'll start with the DVDs. And then we'll get into, you know, the boutique label stuff, Blu-rays, 4Ks. There's some boutique stuff here actually in the DVDs also, but let's get into the DVDs. All right, first up here is Night Watch from 1994. I actually picked this up for two reasons. We are prepping for the 1994 Top 10 show on the podcast, and also it is one of the titles I needed for the Rumor 200 challenge that me and JP are doing here on YouTube. So that was kind of killing two birds with one stone with this one. Original Anchor Bay had released this one years ago. I missed that DVD. It goes for like ridiculous prices and stuff like that. So I just went out and grabbed this German DVD. And yeah, I mean, it looked pretty decent for what it is. The running time on this is a little bit shorter. I couldn't find any information that it was cut. It just could be a PAL thing. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought the movie was pretty decent for what it is. I know there's actually a remake of this also that came out, I believe, just a couple years later in the 90s, but yeah, Night Watch, it's okay. It's pretty good. Alright, so next up here is Warner Brothers Horror Mystery Double Features. This one contains Find the Blackmailer, The Smiling Ghost, The Octopus is the reason why I actually bought this, The Hidden Hand, Mystery House, and The Patient in Room 18. I have not seen any of these movies. The Octopus is actually one of the titles I needed from the Rumor 200 challenge. But yeah, so again, mail always pisses me off. Look at that shit. Look at that broken on the bottom. And of course, it's one of these like triple discs. Luckily, the discs were all fine. Even the keep case part was all good. Except for the actual bottom of the case. But even the artwork was pretty good. But that's just kind of a shame. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, happy to grab this for a really good price actually. So I'll be checking out all these films. They are definitely some oldies. Oh, it doesn't actually even say this. Oh, no, it does. These are old. They're all like from the early 40s. Yeah, pretty cool. So I'm really stoked to check out The Octopus because that was one of the films I'd never seen before. So pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, so here's another one from the Rumor 200 challenge that I had to pick up. And I couldn't find the American release, so I went and grabbed, I believe this is a German? Yeah, I think it's a German. It's like a Tartan Cinema DVD. I don't know. I think it is. Of Taxidermia, which I've never actually seen before. So I was happy to grab a copy of this really cheap, sealed. So I can't wait for this one to come up on the random to do Taxidermia because I've heard nothing but really great things about this one. I heard it's pretty nasty. So really looking forward to checking this one out. And I always put it off for years because I wanted to grab that Region 1 DVD and it was just impossible to find for a good price. But this was like $7 sealed or something. And it seems to be that it's all there. It's like not cut or nothing, so that's cool. So Taxidermia, looking forward to checking that one out. This one I was super excited. I've actually had this film in my cart for years. It's been out of print. So again, doing the Rumor 200 challenge kind of kicked me in the ass to get this one. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna pull the trigger. I need to get it anyways. And that is Themora Child's Tale of the Supernatural. From Synapse Films. This is one I literally have had in my cart for so many years. I think this must have been an earlier Synapse DVD, 2004. Yeah, because it's been out of print for a long, long time. And so that was kind of cool. So it's part of the Rumor challenge. And I'm like, bonus. I'm just going to pull the trigger. I ended up paying like $22 for it or something. I didn't really want to pay that for DVD, but it doesn't have a Blu-ray release. Of course, that's why I grabbed the DVDs. But I've heard really good things from 1973. So, yeah. Looking forward to that shit right there. Let me know if you guys have seen this one, because I am really curious. I can't wait for that one to come out. Here's another one I've actually had in my cart for absolutely ever. And I finally decided to pull the trigger again. Rumor 200 challenge. Again, I don't have to keep repeating myself, but I will. And that is the Flesh Eaters from Dark Sky Films. I don't know why I never bought this one. From 1962, it says. And again, it's been in my Amazon cart for literally years. I just never pulled the trigger. And then, of course, I got the kick in the ass because of the challenge. So the Flesh Eaters, never seen it before. Seal copy, which is pretty damn cool. Yeah, really looking forward to this one. Don't know really much about it. I've never really heard too many people talk about this one. It was produced by Jack Curtis, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. This one right here, I know about this movie. I've never seen it before. Always wanted to check it out. And again, thanks to the 200 challenge, kicked me in the ass to grab this one too. And it's a film called Incubus with William Shatner. So that's pretty cool. This was a really dirt cheap DVD. Who released this? It's like it's such an old DVD release. It says DVD ROM video in the corner there. Look at that shit. 1999 DVD. Yeah, this is old school, man. Really, really old school. From Sci-Fi TV. What is that? Fox Lorber Films? Man. X-Rental, obviously. It's got the horror sticker on there. But Incubus from William Shatner, 1976. No, it's not 1970. I don't think this is 1976. I don't know when the hell this thing came out, to be honest. It says 1999. It's definitely from the 70s. I think it is anyways. I don't know. All I know is I need to watch it. Seen this movie before. Again, this one was out of print. This one was out of print for years and years. I saw this about the time it came out, actually. IFC Films, Red, White, and Blue. Really, really nasty flick here. It's another one from the Rumor challenge that I needed to pick up. Again, had it in my cart for years. And actually, this one dropped in price quite drastically. I was quite surprised. I hadn't really looked at picking it up for years. And when I was surprised to see what it was going for, and I was like, oh shit, that's really cheap. It was probably cheaper now than it was buying it back when it came out. So. Which I've seen it go for relatively high prices, like $25, $30 for the Blu-ray or for the DVD, which is crazy. But if you've never seen Red, White, and Blue, it's nasty. It's a nasty little flick, man, from IFC. I'm surprised it doesn't have a Blu-ray. It's crazy. One of the better ones. All right, so these next few here, I picked up at a buddy's shop. I was just kind of in the shop and I was looking at DVDs and I found a few things that I noticed that didn't have Blu-rays that I didn't have on DVD in my collection. With the exception of one or two things in here, they may have Blu-rays. But I was like, fuck it, man. I'm going to grab these $2 a piece. Why not? Just to have them. Out Cold with John Lithgow and Randy Quaid. It's been years since I've seen this. It's like a crime comedy, basically about a wife that's trying to get rid of her husband and stuff. And yeah, pretty funny film, man. When did this come out? 1989? Yeah. So it's no Blu-ray, but I was like, fuck it, $2, whatever. Picked up Light It Up. Another one that doesn't have a Blu-ray from, I think, 1999 with Usher, Forrest Whitaker, Rosario Dawson, and Vanessa Williams. Quite a strange cast, to be honest. We got Vanessa Williams, who was a singer, model, Miss USA winner, actually. Usher, of course, and Forrest Whitaker. Like, just a crazy cast. I've seen this movie a couple times before, basically about high school kids that are kind of trapped in their school and they're fighting for their rights and shit, man. Because something happens to one of the cops, played by Forrest Whitaker. It's okay. It's pretty good. This surprises me that there's no Region 1 release of Coneheads. And I really wanted to rewatch this. I was thinking about this movie a few weeks back, and I came across it at my buddy's shop, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to grab it for $2. I wanted to rewatch it. It's still so funny. I never really cared for it too much when it came out. I'd rewatched it probably about 20 years ago, I think, and I really liked it, and I was like, I need to grab that. So I watched it again, and it's fun, man. It's just a quirky little fucking strange film, man. But we all know Coneheads, the classic SNL skits, so... but yeah, good old Coneheads. I found this. This is one of the Full Moon's Grindhouse collection discs I didn't have, which is Zambo. I was just surprised to see that in there. I was like, that's kind of random to find this. But yeah, for $2, I was like, shit, I don't have it, so I'll grab it. I've never seen it, but yeah. This is just going straight into the Chuck Norris collection, which it's complete up to this point. I think this is kind of like the last movie that I would really pick up from Chuck Norris. This is kind of even pushing it for myself. I know there's no Blu-ray or whatever, and it's such a bad movie. Like, I haven't seen it in years, but I remember thinking it was so bad. And that's Top Dog. Like, this is really about the end of it. Good old school artist in DVD. I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan. Like I said, I have like every movie up to, you know, this point in his career. Anything after that, I'm just like, no, I'm not fucking with. So, but this was really kind of pushing at me. These buddy cop movies with animals and shit from the 90s was just too much for me. And I don't know. This does actually have a Blu-ray from Kino. I think it's out of print now. I'm not 100% sure, but I was like, fuck it. I just felt like rewatching it. For $2, I was like, I'm going to grab Kathleen Turner and V.I. Warshawski. I love this movie. I'm a big Kathleen Turner fan. I think she's excellent. She's just she's awesome in everything, man. Always been a big fan of her. I love all the shit that her and Michael Douglas did together, man. They were such a great combination. But this is a fun film. And I'm not sure if it's out of print. The Blu-ray, I swear last time I looked it might have been, but it might have just been out of stock. But yeah, it's a good film. Here's one that I was surprised to see sealed, which was kind of crazy. And that's Slaughter's big ripoff, the sequel to Slaughter. Jim Brown, part of the Soul Cinema collection. I know a lot of these things actually go for a lot of money, these old DVDs and stuff. A lot of them have been reissued on Blu-rays and stuff, which is cool. But I've never seen the sequel before. In fact, I'm not even 100% sure I even knew there was a sequel until I saw this sitting on the shelf. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm a huge blaxploitation fan. I think most people that watch this channel know that. But I must have I don't know if I missed this or whatever, but sealed copy for $2. Yeah, I'm not passing it up. This is kind of a weird double feature, but we got Suicide Kings and Wagons East. I think Suicide Kings has a Blu-ray. I'm not 100% sure. Wagons East I grabbed because it was it doesn't have a Blu-ray, and John Candy's last movie with Richard Lewis. Unfortunately, losing John Candy was such a big deal to me because I'm Canadian. He's a Canadian legend, but I loved John Candy. He was such a kind soul, man. It's just such a shame. But yeah, so I grabbed the double feature, $2, whatever. That's what it is. And then this one I know has a Blu-ray too. I think it's out of print region 1. It may have somewhere else, but and that's White Sands, which I haven't seen in years, with William Dafoe, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, this is when did this one? Yeah, 1992, early 90s. So I would have probably saw it about the time it came out. I was a big fan of these type of action films from the early 90s. It was kind of my thing. But yeah, I remember really digging this, man. Good cast, though. Good cast. So, but yeah, that's going to do it for the DVDs. All right, so moving into the Blu-rays. And this first stack right here, with the exception of the first one, is actually all stuff from the Rue Morgue challenge that I picked up. So first up here, I grabbed the DC animated movie of Catwoman, Hunted. This was crazy cheap, dude. I don't know what it is. I'm still missing. I still need to grab like 2 of the latest ones, and they're so expensive. I don't know why. This one right here was brand new, was $15. So I was like, shit, that's really cheap. So need to check this one out, Catwoman, Hunted. And then, yeah, of course, all these are from the Rue Morgue 200 films. And a lot of these were just, it was so cool to start doing this challenge because a lot of these films I wanted to grab anyways, just kicked in the ass, right? Perfect. The first one here is an upgrade. I've reviewed it a couple times actually in the past, which is actually going to be the next video that we do, which I Saw the Devil, which was kind of disappointing that this one came in because we just not recently did this on the podcast, but you know, we've talked about this film, but you know, it is what it is. It's I Saw the Devil. It's an amazing film. It's something worthy of talking about over and over again. So I just finally grabbed the Blu-ray. I don't know why I didn't grab the Blu-ray last time I reviewed this. I have absolutely no idea why. But for $10, I was like, shit, dude. Got to do it. And there is a couple movies in here. I had no idea what they were. So I was shocked to see them on this Rue Morgue's 200 list challenge. And I was like, what the fuck are these, man? But I don't know, man. This one right here, I have no idea. I'm sure people are probably screaming like, you don't know what that is? But I actually don't know what this is. It looks like it has a pretty damn good cast in it. It's got Rachel Hurd Wood in it, Dustin Hoffman, Alan Rickman, Ben Whishaw. So I'm like, what the, like, it's called Perfume, the Story of a Murder. I have no idea what this is. I must have missed this one. I know it's a later film. 2000. Classic. Dropping shit. 2006 film. So let me know if you guys have seen this. So this one will be coming up at some time through the randomizer. I don't know, but I know nothing about this. Like, it's just so weird. This one I think I'd heard of. I didn't know that it was in the realm of horror / thriller. I didn't really know. But I was thinking about this the other day, and I may have actually seen this movie before. It says right on the back, straight up thriller. So it's interesting that it's on the Roomworks 200 alternative horror films. But it's with Kevin Costner. It's called The New Daughter. This was really cheap. It was only like $7 or something like that. Still sealed. So I'm like, shit, not a big deal if it's not that great. But if it's on the list, and the list is very eclectic, there's shit all over the place. So, and it, you know, it seems like it's pretty worthy of not having too many misses. But this one I know nothing about. Let a brother know. Let a brother know. This one right here, I had seen this one around, never seen the movie. In fact, I don't think I was ever going to check out this movie based on the cast. I know it's kind of shallow, but it was also the title. And I also didn't think this had anything to do with horror or thriller or whatever the fuck it is. This is an older Blu-ray too, like 2007, PG-13. That's crazy. And it's called Reign of Fire with Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale. Like, I just didn't know what the hell. Like, I mean, it's obviously got some monsters and shit like that, but I still didn't know what the hell it was. And I still kind of don't. But it's on the list, so this is very strange to me. But now that I kind of look at it more, I mean, it's obviously got monsters. Maybe it's in the realm of like a kaiju kind of Godzilla thing. I don't know. Fantasy. More fantasy, I guess. Centuries of Slumber, 20 years later. Yeah, so yeah, it's waking up creatures, kind of like Godzilla kind of thing. So we'll see, but maybe not. This one, I'm pretty positive upon thinking about this one that I've seen this movie. And this one I know is dubbed as a thriller also, from 2007. It's called Stuck, with Stephen Ray, Mina Severa, you know, that chick from American Pie. Yeah, so another oddball one on the list. This was actually released by Image, so that was kind of annoying because it was a little bit more expensive. And I was like, shit, I don't want to spend money on these movies, but Stuck. Let a brother know if you know. Now, this one is one of the ones I had no idea. I must have missed this one unless I have literally no idea. This is like a newer film. It only came out a few years ago. Released by MVD on the Marquee Collection. So this one was a little bit more expensive. But for some odd reason, upon realizing who directed this movie, realized that I knew about this movie. But I didn't know it had a release. I swear, I just kind of missed it and stuff. Directed by Stuart Gordon, and it's called Edmonds. With quite a cast, man. William H. Macy, Mina Severa, again, Denise Richards, Julia Stiles, among people in this one. So I'm really curious on this one. This has got a very curious cast. I love William H. Macy. He's a great actor. But my man Stuart Gordon, rest in peace to Stuart Gordon. I actually met him a few years ago, just shortly before he passed away, and he was awesome. He was such a great guy. He was so excited that we were there for the Reanimator, signing and kind of cast reunion, and I was wearing a doll shirt. He was just loving that. But yeah, Edmund, let me know. Oh, this is funny. So I ordered the imprint Blu-ray of this. The next day, Scream Factory announces this. It's just so weird. Which is Fire in the Sky, which I'm totally fine with this. I don't need to pick up the Scream Factory. I'm not that crazy. But yeah, this was really cheap, man, for this imprint, man. It was like $15 or something like that. It was crazy. So, cheaper than the Scream Factory is going to be, just put it that way. But Fire in the Sky, it's been years since I've seen it. I just remember being totally creeped out by this thing back in the day. There's something about alien abduction movies that really just kind of get underneath your skin. It's probably because I spent a lot of time outdoors. And you think about shit like that because it could possibly happen to somebody that spends like the majority of their life outdoors. I don't know. It runs through your mind. It definitely dwells in there, and you have those moments. But Fire in the Sky, yeah, imprint, pretty cool. All right, finally, I've had this on my cart forever too, and I don't know why I just didn't upgrade this to get rid of my old DVD. And that is, I passed on the special edition. I was like, I'll wait for the standard. I'm not even too sure what the difference is, because there is like a bunch of different cuts of this movie on here. So, but we got Night of the Demon. from 1957. So it's got both versions. It's got the 96-minute version and the 82-minute version, which is the full-length pre-release version, Curse of the Demon. The U.S. reissue version, 96. So there's actually like different versions with the same lengths. Night of the Demon. The UK theatrical cut, which is 82 minutes. The original theatrical cut, 82. I'm not sure if those are different, but the same. They're just labeled. I don't know. I'm not really too sure what's going on there. But Night of the Demon's classic. Good shit. So, looking forward to doing a review on that one. Yeah, this is kind of nice. Kind of get the ball started on getting some of these Hitchcock titles, actually upgrading all these Hitchcock titles to Blu-ray, which I'm just so lazy with doing over the years. Because they're always so expensive when it comes to Criterions. It's crazy. But decided to grab the Lodger. It's been so many years since I've seen the silent film. From 1927, but again, this was actually one of the cheaper Criterions, believe it or not. When I picked it up, it was crazy. I was like shocked that I was like, wow, it's like they knew I needed to pick this up or something. But yeah, the Lodger, been years, and I was so excited this was on the list because I finally just got the kick in the ass to grab this movie. I love this movie; it's so crazy, and that's The Vanishing from 1988. Which there actually is a remake to this movie too. I think the same guy did the movie, didn't he? Yeah, I think the director he remade his movie, but in English. Crazy story, man. The Vanishing. You've never seen The Vanishing. Give it a shot. It's fantastic. It's really, really good stuff. And then we got the very first Canadian horror film ever put out, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, that might actually be true facts. I don't fact check around here. I'm like Michael Rappaport. I don't fact check. No, but I'm pretty positive. If my memory serves me correctly, this is the very first horror film released in Canada from 1961, and that is called The Mask. So, maybe it says on the back, shot in Toronto. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I wasn't 100% sure that this was gonna be like a total. Oh, it does say Blu-ray on the back. So it's a 3D Blu-ray, but it doesn't say anywhere that it actually plays in 2D. So I was a little bit worried about that. But I'm like, who the fuck would do that? Why would you release that and not have it play in 2D? That's stupid. Yeah. So The Mask. So I'm really looking forward to rechecking this out. I haven't seen this movie in so many years, and I think the last time I saw it was on a VHS or some shit like that, and it looked like maybe on TV, maybe on Canadian TV or something like that. Looked like shit though. So The Mask, looking forward to that. 1961. One I have not seen. I don't believe I have seen this film. I was having a conversation with my buddy about this, and he was like, "I'm pretty sure you've seen this movie," and I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know if I've seen this movie. It's crazy." But from 1997, we got Cure. And I was so happy this was on the list because I'm like, man, I really want to check that out. Like, I'm always trying to find, awesome 90s films. But he's convinced I've seen this. So maybe I have seen it. Maybe I've talked about it. Maybe I'm just blanking on it. I have no idea. So yeah, I just like every time I read the back, I'm like, I swear I have seen this, but maybe I haven't. I don't know. But yeah, Cure. That's pretty cool from Eureka. I love Eureka. They put out such good stuff. Speaking of Eureka here, man, picked up Onibaba. Had to do it. I just didn't have a copy. I know Criterion's put this out. It's been put out, but I just never grabbed it. And I love this movie. What was it? 62, 63? Yeah, 64 came out in. Oh, this is so classic, man. I can't wait to talk about this one. But Onibaba, good shit. Another one from Eureka, dirt cheap. Good stuff. And I was happy to upgrade this because when Blue Underground put out this Blu-ray, it was out of print years and years ago. I had the DVD. Actually, I bought the DVD when it pretty much came out. This is such a crazy movie. If you've never seen this Aussie exploitation film, you got to check it out. It's just like nothing you've ever seen before. And that's Bad Boy Bubby. This movie is batshit. It's batshit, man. It's really, it just starts out so crazy, man. It's ridiculous, but and that's all I'm gonna say about this. It's kind of looks like he's got a big horse cock on him right there, doesn't it? Yeah, it's kind of what it's in. I remember I got banned on Facebook for a picture like that one time. The Greasy Strangler thing. Yeah, I highly recommend this, man. This is from Umbrella on their Beyond Genres line number 7, which, I'm not collecting these, but yeah, happy to upgrade Bad Boy Bubby. I love that movie. I can't wait to talk about that shit. It's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be dope shit. So, moving along with the Blu-rays. Got some Code Red shit here. I was happy to see us get a wide release. I believe it was distributed through Kino. It doesn't say actually anything about it, but anyways, I know at one time this was like you can only get on the website or whatever, but that Screams of a Winter Night. And yeah, I've actually never seen this. Never seen this movie. I'm getting comments up here. I think that was actually Joe the Horrorman. Yeah, so I've never seen this movie. Like 1979, 1980 anthology film, basically about people telling stories out camping or whatever and shit. I have never really heard great things about this movie, but I've always been curious because I love anthology films. I really do love anthology films, and I usually always find something good to pull out of them. But yeah, so it actually has both cuts of it too. It's got the uncut director's edition and the theatrical. That's cool. So. Screams of a Winter Night. Cool. All right, so I did grab it. I do have the 4K coming from Vinegar Syndrome also. But I said, fuck it. I had this like weird intuition about Thriller. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I just have this weird feeling that Snaps is going to pull this off the shelves or something like that. And I actually did hear a rumor that they might be pulling this. I don't know if it ever happened, but I was just happy to grab it. It was like $20, man. It was like dirt cheap. So, and I love Snaps releases and shit. And I love Thriller. Christina Lindbergh killing motherfuckers in slow-mo. It's what I always take away from this movie is just like the hardcore inserted like sex scenes and the slow-mo killings, man. And for somebody like, if you guys know me, I'm not the biggest fan of like slow motion shit, and this one's like, it's so over the top and there's so much in it that I can't help but love it. I don't know what it is. There's something about this movie. It's just like utterly ridiculous how much slow motion that's in this film. But it's great, man. It's Thriller. I was happy to upgrade, and I'll be upgrading again in a month. So that's how fast collecting goes by, I guess. But yeah, Thriller. It was worth the pickup. I mean, if they do pull it from the shelves, I have a copy of Snaps. This what it is. Obviously not a horror film, but Kinshite, Forbidden Subjects. Later Bronson from Olive Films here. Finally got around to picking this up, man. It's been so long. This Blu-ray has been out for years. Directed by L. Lee Thompson, who I believe, I mentioned it before, him and Bronson did, I think, 9 movies together. He was in 9 of J. Lee Thompson's films. This is one of the last ones from 89. It's okay. It's not great, but, you know, it's later Bronson. He's getting older and shit. And these films were, I don't know, man. Canon's budgets were not great at this time. Just put it that way. But it's still entertaining. It's Bronson. You really can't go wrong with anything Bronson, to be honest. From Unearthed Films, finally got around to grabbing Promutos. Upgrading from my trashy DVD that I picked up so many years ago. Man, I can't believe this movie got like a 2-disc extended director's cut, which I still haven't watched. I can't wait to watch this again. Because I'm pretty sure the other version I have is not this version. But awesome artwork. Promutos. The Fallen Angel from the amazing splatter director Olaf Ittenbach. I'm such a big fan of Ittenbach, man. And this is, you know, it's not like one of his better, I wouldn't say this is like his best movie by any means, but it's still super fun and it's super insanely gory and bloody and shit. If that's one thing you're going to take away from it, it's definitely, it's like all Ittenbach films really. They're Splatterfest, man. They're fucking 90s splatter. This movie's 97 also. It's crazy. I didn't think it was that late in the 90s, but I guess it was. So, yeah. Give it a shot. If you're a fan of Olaf Ittenbach and German splatter films, check it out. This is a fun movie. They came from beyond space. Directed by Freddie Francis. I love me some Freddie Francis films. You know, sci-fi goodness right here. Got fucking hairs all over it. I don't know what's going on here. 1967. It's fun, man. It's fun. It's like, I love these type of lighthearted kind of sci-fi films and shit. I don't know, man. There's just something about them that kind of tickles my pickle. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm really fucking tired. Like, I had such a shit sleep last night, and it's been a long ass day, and I'm completely out of it. Sorry if I'm lacking energy. I'm sore. I'm just, ugh. But anyways, they came from beyond space from Kino on the Kino Classics line. I always grab me some Kino Classic films every month at least, or every 2 months in my case, right? Because I don't do updates every month. Oh, my throat is getting dry. All right, so some more Bronson here. We've got the Valdez Horses. Cool. Finally got this one in the collection, also known as Chino. I've actually never seen this movie. It's one I need to throw on ASAP. I love me, as everybody knows, I love me some Bronson, so... But this one that's kind of always eluded me. I've never seen it, so... 1973. Okay, so next titles, man, we got some Mondo Macabros up here. We got The Laughing Woman. And I always wait for these things to come out in the blue cases, because then they're just cheaper, and they're just cheaper, man. Like $8 cheap. You're paying $8 for the red case and a booklet. I don't know. Some people want to do it, I guess, but it is what it is. I actually don't know much about these. So, I gotta say, man, I love this picture on... Oh, where is it? Right there. See the guy standing between those giant legs? That's funny. Italian film, The Laughing Woman. I actually can't wait to check these out. I think it's this one. Yeah, I heard this movie right here is actually quite boring. I think my man Simon from Explosive Action, aka Simon, was talking about this one in a recent update, and he said this was actually kind of boring. It sounds like it should be good, and I think that's what he said too, because reading the back, it sounds like it's good. It's got a great title. It's a Spanish film from the mid-70s, and it's called School of Death, a dark tale of gothic horror set in a school for orphan girls. How could it... I mean, I guess that they're getting all gothic, so a lot of gothic films can be a little bit slower and shit like that, but School of Death, cool name, cool artwork. That's what I love about Mondo, man. They're so cheap, and they put out such cool shit. One of my favorite movies, man, from 1991. It says 1990 on here, but I believe this qualified for a 91 show, and that's Hiroko the Goblin. Batshit. This movie's fucking batshit crazy Japanese shit right here, man. Awesome. If you've never seen... I can't wait to watch the Blu-ray, man, because I literally just recently watched this film. And actually, no, I watched it on a high def. No, my man, Mr. Parka, he sent me a high def copy of it before this Blu-ray came out. I don't know where he got it from, but... So I did watch it on a good transfer, but this... great. It's crazy. Like, the whole end of this movie is just nuts. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say you guys need to go out and check this out. You don't... I'm not telling you have to buy it, but I'm saying you might want to consider it. It's pretty good. This one I know nothing about. It's from 1989. It's like a late 80s German film. And it's called Succubus. There's a bunch of movies called Succubus. I'm assuming that this down in here, and I think Simon pointed this out too, but now that I'm seeing it for myself, because I never even noticed, I forgot about when he pointed this out until right now, that's got to be some type of milk, because if it's not milk, that is the most pornographic picture on the back of a film ever. On a non-porno, I should say. But yeah, Succubus. Cool. Can't wait to check that one out. Looks pretty interesting. All right, next titles here. Kind of catching up on the whole Vestron thing. Picked up the Wraith, which finally upgrading my old trashy DVD of this. I'm a big fan of the Wraith, man. I think it's really fun. With Charlie Sheen and Sherilyn Fenn, who look really good in this. Nick Cassavetes and Randy Quaid. I think it's a pretty fun film, man. Some people don't really care for it, but I think it's actually really fun. So, the Wraith, good shit. And that is, what, number 20 in the line? Then we picked up Steel Dawn. This one, I've never seen this film. I just can't even picture Patrick Swayze in like a post-apocalyptic film for some reason. It seems odd to me. I don't know why. I mean, he's an actor. It shouldn't be typecasted to, Roadhouse and shit, but I don't know. But anyways, Steel Dawn, I've never seen it before, so that was number 23. This is apparently number 24. This is an interesting story. So I ordered this one not too long ago. It came, no slipcover, and this one like just came out. So I thought that was already odd. And then I put it onto my my buy pile, and I looked and I noticed that there is literally no spine number. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm online talking to the homeboy JP, and he shows me his. He's got a slipcover, and underneath, of course, it has the spine number. And I'm like, fuck the fuck. So I kind of do a quick little check and shit. Mine doesn't have the digital code thing on there. It's a Canadian release. and they just neglect to put the fucking spine numbers and shit. So I'm like, bro, you got to get me a slipcover. It's just gonna bug the shit out of me now. I can't believe I'm like, these things are so hard to obtain here in Canada. It's just ridiculous. And of course, it had to have been this movie, Candyman, Day of the Dead, Candyman 3, which is not a very good movie. And now I gotta like fight to find myself a slipcover just to cover up that shit right there. Otherwise, I don't really fucking care, to be honest. But it's just annoying that all these other things are numbered and this one just doesn't have one on it. What the fuck, Canada? Stupid. Stupid assholes. Alright, so number 25 in the line, which is gotta be the strangest title in this whole range so far, which is Dream a Little Dream, which is, it's not a bad movie. In fact, I actually like this movie. I haven't seen this movie probably, I don't know, since the early 90s. Came out in 89. I probably haven't seen it since the early 90s. With the two Corys, and like I'm just not sure. Like, these titles all make sense in the range. Post-apocalyptic films fit in there, but this one, Dream a Little Dream. I know they got Extreme Prejudice coming up too, which is really cool. I actually really love that film, so I hope that one's a little bit easier to get. But again, it's weird because it's like an action film, but I don't know. I digress. Whatever. I think I showed this off on one of the Scream Factory shelves. Nightmare, which is actually my second copy of it, because I actually do have another copy, I believe, in the Hammer? In one of the Hammer box sets, yeah, directed by Freddie Francis. I don't know, for some reason I just really wanted this art. I don't know, I'm so weird like that. Sometimes I do that shit, I don't know. But I did grab Nightmare. It's a pretty cool film. I enjoy it. For what it is, it's got some really good atmosphere in this. I think it's pretty well done. 4K of The Sword and the Sorcerer. Are we fucking kidding, man? This is insane that we got a 4K of this film. Oh, I was so happy when this got announced. I was like, shit, yeah, because it was one of the 4K titles that they had not previously released on Blu-ray. So it was like an original 4K title, which is fantastic because I'm just not grabbing any of these 4K titles that they're re-releasing, man. They're releasing everything. I'm just like, no, not doing it. Not doing it. It's got my homeboy Richard Lynch in it, which I love me some Richard Lynch. He's the devil in this. He's evil. Shit. But, you know, Richard Lynch is the man. But it's a great movie still, man. It's really fun. If you like this sword and sorcery shit, man, you'll like it. It looks really good. It does look really good. A couple exclusives, which I don't really like ordering from Scream Factory because they are the worst. They're the worst. I just finished doing like a 6-part overview of my Scream Factory collection, and like all I ever do is complain about Scream Factory because they have the worst customer service, they have the worst shipping prices, they have the worst sales, and yeah, their shipping prices are terrible. But they also to ship these two movies, it took them 17 days just to ship them. They were in stock. They're in stock. It took 17 days from the order date to the ship date. 17 days. I was like, what the fuck? Just horrible. And they've got the worst quality control. So they got like the worst of everything. But then here I am. I have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of titles. But, you know, I digress. I'm an idiot. But anyways, the Brain Eaters, knew nothing about this one. And I only grabbed this one because it made it worth it to grab it with another title I actually needed to grab. So I was like, fuck it. The Brain Eater sounds pretty cool. I've heard that it's not the greatest. But there is a couple more titles. There's that Roger Corman title I want to grab from there too, because that's one that wasn't released on the Corman line, so I'm kind of curious about that, and it's one of his early films, what I'm pretty curious about. So, but yeah, the Brain Eaters, Scream Factory, and this is the one I needed to grab for the Rue Morgue challenge, which is Communion, which is a film I've never seen before, and it's another like alien abduction type film. I think I've always been curious about this, because it's got Christopher Walken in it. It's from 1989. And I never even heard of this movie until, I want to say maybe a dozen years ago. I don't know. There was a DVD release to this, and like I just kind of like put off getting it. I just never got it or something. Somebody put out a DVD. I never grabbed it because I'm just like, I don't know. There's something about alien movies that always kind of creep me out. It's just being a pussy, I guess, really. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to doing this one on the challenge, reviewing this one, because I've heard it's very strange. It's not your typical movie, so that's interesting to note. All right, so going into the home stretch here, and excuse my reach. Who am I talking to? Anyways, a couple 88 films releases here. We got Monkey Kung Fu. Yeah, some Monkey Kung Fu with the original artwork here. It still bugs me that the American releases are all ass backwards, man. Fucking drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Stupid. So they should have that spine. They should have this spine, the numbered one and everything, on this artwork. OCD is killing me, man. I haven't yet to watch Monkey Kung Fu yet. It does sound pretty damn cool, though. But yeah, this is number 31, and I believe this is it's number 32. Shaolin Mantis. I love the fact that these are actually getting released in Region 1. So that's one thing I can't complain about, you know. And so my petty fucking whining about everything little and shit. Shaolin Mantis. I love this artwork. It's one thing I love about Hong Kong films, man. Is the original artworks are so fantastic. They are just amazing. So that completes the range for me so far. I do have like the next 4 or 5 on pre-order because I love the Shaw Brothers films. Number 32. Very awesome. Legit releases. If you like Kung Fu films, man. Oh, fucking amazing. Next few titles here. Arrow titles. Actually reviewed all these on my channel. And I know I'm going to fuck up the title. To sleep so as to dream. I even reviewed this one. I can't remember what it's called. It's a very, very interesting film from the 80s that's done. It's like a homage to the silent era films. And, you know, like the 50s detective / film noir type films. Very well done. It's got a very cool concept to it. And I think it's executed pretty cool. Definitely give this one a shot. It's very unique. And unique is definitely the appropriate adjective for this because it is definitely something that you would... There's probably nothing like this ever done in the 80s. It's just not a lot of homages to silent films ever done. And it's very cool. There's a lot of cool elements to this. I really enjoyed this. It held my attention like crazy. And I'm a big fan of dialogue in films, so that was kind of interesting. It's quirky. Another one I reviewed, which is Come Drink With Me, which I've actually seen before. I do have the 88 blue of this also. But it's a fantastic film. It's a really good one. Go check out the review of this one because no one watched it. And go check out the review for this one because no one watched that either. But yeah, this is a classic film. It's really, really good. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Just go check out the review for more details. And one that I think a few people watch, but not really. Nobody watches reviews anymore. At least they don't watch mine. Which is An American Werewolf in London. The special edition 4K. Which, you know, the 4K looks really damn good. It looks really good. I check out the review. I talk about one of the special features on here, which is really cool. I thought it was just so informative. But yeah, there's like a million features on here, man. A couple full-length documentaries, some other cool little things and stuff. But yeah, it's American Werewolf in London. Everyone's seen this edition. I'm sure you guys, because everyone showed it off probably a month ago. All right, so getting into a few of the Vinegar Syndrome sister titles, which is, this first one is from Culture Shock, which is actually my first Culture Shock title. I plan on going back and getting a bunch of these. I just keep not grabbing them when I grab Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm collecting too many of these sister labels, and it's really adding up. I really just need to become a subscriber so I can just get these for half price all the time. It's really the way to go. But I wanted to grab Death Collector because I've heard good things about it. So, but yeah, some of the titles that they're releasing on this label here on Culture Shock just sound amazing. So this is late 80s, 1988. Post-apocalyptic crime boss Hawk. So it's like post-apocalyptic shit. Can't wait to check this out, man. It just looks so damn cool. Death Collector. Great title. Oh man, this movie was so much... Fuck, this movie was fun. I think it might have been a Kickstarter. I'm not 100% sure on the story on this. I feel like it was. Or something. I don't know. I don't really know the whole story. Let me know if you guys know the whole story on here. I wish it was longer. I wish it didn't have the abrupt ending because they obviously didn't have the money really to finish the movie. But it's just such a fantastically well done homage spoof of 80s action films, whatever you want to call it. And that's Commando Ninja. Oh my god, this shit was amazing. I was howling through this shit, and it's so well done too. There's some ridiculous scenes in this, just absolutely ridiculous shit, man. Like some of the gore, it does have some effects in it and stuff, but but it still looked really good. It kind of fit the tone of the film. It was ridiculous. It's a good homage to 80s action films. All right, so from AGFA, what is this, number 37? We got Pathogen, which I have actually seen before. Yeah, where did I see Pathogen? Yeah, it was the Pathogen on the making of Pathogen. So Zombie Girl was the documentary, which was the full-length documentary about Pathogen, which I believe Pathogen was on that release. Or did I watch it somewhere else? I can't even remember. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, yeah, so it's made by, what, a 12-year-old girl. Something like that. Yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool that this got released on Blu-ray. Very interesting from EGFA. Cool. And then the newest Fun City Edition film, which is Born to Win, which I'm loving this label, man. Everything I've watched from this label so far has been super cool. It's a very unique label because they release films that kind of don't fit into a specific genre, which I love that, man. I love just kind of figuring out what you're watching. Pretty damn cool, man. So I've got George Segal in here. Who else is all in this film, man? There's people in this film. Trust me, there is. I know Robert De Niro's actually in this. It doesn't even say his name on the back. I'm positive. Oh, it does say Robert De Niro. I think he's on the cover. Oh, yeah, he's up on the cover here. Yeah. So it does actually say it somewhere. Yeah, it does. But yeah, so pretty interesting, man. I'm loving this label, man. You definitely give him a shot. Kind of got something for everybody, really. Very cool. Next couple here from Saturn's Core. We got number 9, which is Backwoods Marcy. Which just sounds like a porno to me. That cover doesn't make it look like a porno, but that definitely sounds like a porno name. It's amazing. I love shot on video film, like the worst artworks. It's just like amazing. But yeah, Saturn's Core is probably not for everybody. If you're not into shot on video films, that's what they specify in releasing. So this is one I've never seen before. I am looking forward to checking that out because I love me some shot on video films. And one I actually upgraded. This is, I think, the first upgrade from Saturn's Core I've had to do so far. And that's Burglar from Hell. I do have the DVD, which was released a few years back. This is a Phil Herman movie. Yeah, which is, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's got some terrible artwork right there. It's amazingly bad. Yeah, so pretty cool. Burglar from Hell. I remember actually really digging this. Not bad. Phil Herman's probably not for everybody, like most shot on video films, but it is what it is. That was originally released by the Sleazebox on DVD. So, all right, so getting into some Vinegar Syndrome titles, and then we got Talons of the Eagle, with Jahal Marai, which they've done so many movies together, and Billy Blanks. I don't know how to probably said his name wrong because I always do because I can never pronounce it, but this movie's awful but amazing at the same time. It really is bad, but you just can't help but love it, man. It's just so fucking comical, man. It's dude, the fight scenes are just they're so funny. I wish these guys had done 100 movies together, man. It's amazing. Who else? James Hong. Oh yeah, James Hong actually plays the bad guy in this, which is pretty cool too. So can't go wrong with James Hong. Death Wish 2 on Vinegar Syndrome. I think this is my 4th Blu-ray. My 4th Blu-ray of Death Wish 2. And it's not even my favorite Death Wish. Death Wish 3 is my favorite. And I think I have the least amount of copies of Death Wish 3. I should grab that Scorpion one or whatever sometime just to have it. But yeah, this is the first of 4Ks of Death Wish 2. So, yeah. But Death Wish 2, it's still really good, man. It's got a nasty, nasty rape scene. The revenge is cool. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. I've yet to check out the 4K, but I will be doing that soon because it's Death Wish 2. I'll probably just marathon all the Death Wishes again. Like I just did it actually like a couple months back, but I can watch them all the time. Probably one of the releases of the year so far for myself. And this is really fucked up because me and Dave, aka Mr. Parker, were just talking about how much we love this movie. We've always both loved this movie ever since we saw it. And we were like talking about it, and then all of a sudden it got announced. Which now that I think about it, Dave would have known it was coming out because he has the in on all this shit. So that motherfucker was cheating. But he didn't say, because he never reveals what Vinegar Syndrome titles are coming out. But anyways, the fact of the matter is, Flesh Eater on fucking 4K. I can hear my dog attacking my kid. She's a Australian Shepherd slash, yeah, so she is a fucking herder. But anyways, Flesh Eater on 4K. Yeah, she's the fucking border collies, man. They're insane. Yeah, she's more border collie. Anyways, what am I talking about? My dog. Flesh Eater with the original zombie from Night of the Living Dead, Bill Heinzman, who basically plays the same character, terrorizing kids on Halloween. It's awesome. It's like a pseudo sequel to Night of the Living Dead. It's awesome. It's an amazing film. Can't wait to check out the 4K. So crazy that came out. So crazy. One I know absolutely nothing about, and that's Alien Private Eye. I just grab these packages every month. The artwork's fucking amazing. Like, you can't get any cheesier than that. That's just amazing. So I know this is late 80s, again, 89. Oh, man, this one looks awesome. Part sci-fi, part neo-noir, part action movie, and a pure passion project for all involved. Alien Private Eye is a genre-bending powerhouse of gut-crushing fight scenes and neo-fueled hazy atmospherics. It actually says hazy atmospherics. This shit sounds fucking batshit. I'm watching this later tonight, I think, man. This sounds fucking amazing. Yeah. Alright. I just don't even know what realm we're living in right now when we get Hard Rock Zombies on Blu-ray. It's actually an upgrade for me. I have a shitty DVD of it. And then when it comes to Slaughterhouse Rock, which is actually like a side grade for me, I guess, or probably an upgrade, probably better transfer. I do have a Blu-ray of this. But cool double feature though, man. Hard Rock Zombies, it's such a fucking weird movie, man. Slaughterhouse Rock is a weird one too. It's like, obviously the theme with the music and stuff like plays very, very hard in this, but they're both kind of really bizarre films. They are really, really bizarre films. Hard Rock Zombies is just, it's so bad and strange on all levels. You can't help but love it. There's so many weird things that are going on in that film. Yeah, and Slaughterhouse Rock, man, has a great soundtrack from Devo. It's awesome. So, and they look good. I watched them both. They look really good. Hard Rock Zombies. I couldn't believe Hard Rock Zombies, man, because I've only ever seen that movie look really, really grainy and shitty. Then we got Reform School Girls, which is also another upgrade for me. I love this movie, though. Have yet to watch the Blu-ray. So, pretty cool fucking exploitation shit here. Yeah. Awesome. 86, I think, came out in. Great release from Vinegar Syndrome. And, of course, we got the 4K of Schizoid and X-Ray with Barbie Benton. And her big boobies. Barbie Benton's boobies. I did watch the 4K on both. It looks pretty good. Surprisingly. I mean, Schizoid... Both movies, you know... They never look great, but yeah, they definitely look. They look good here. So, but Schizoid, you know, I mean, both movies are what they are, man. I mean, Schizoid is worth checking out with Klaus Kinski and Christopher Lloyd. I think is also in it too. X-Ray, Barbie Benton's boobs. Yeah, pretty awesome, man. But I don't mind X-Ray. It's ridiculous, like how predictable it is, though. It's like. This is funny. All right, so one last thing. Can't have an update without a box set, right? And it's actually the only box set I got in the last 2 months, which I think I should be having a couple more. I don't know. I love my box sets. I'm missing the J card on it. I do have it. It's just in the other room. But last update I had said that I had to get mine replaced because it came with fucking footprints on it. Like, it was bad. Like, it was really, really damaged. So they resent out one after a long time, and I got it. So the Shaw Brothers Volume 1 box set. I'm not going to really go through this. I'm sure everyone's already seen all this. The only movie in here I've actually seen is Mighty Peking Man. I've seen this. I have another Blu-ray of it, which is cool that all the other films on here I don't actually have, because I do have a ton of Shaw Brothers stuff. But yeah, it's a really, really nice set. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, and you know, I can see them later releasing like this set in like, you know, a like a box set with Amaray cases and stuff. Which, you know, I'm cool. Because they kind of did that with all those sets, like the Herschel Gordon Lewis sets and you know, all those type of sets. They came out with the smaller versions, but I'm cool. Volume 1, looking forward to Volume 2. Hopefully I don't have any... I'm just hoping that there are not a lot of upgrades in that, or side grades or whatever, but yeah, that's going to do it for the update. I think that's everything. I don't know. If there's anything else, then I'll just throw it into the next update, but I think that's pretty much everything. Holy shit, this actually ran about an hour. I was really hoping to get this done in about 45 minutes. So, yeah. And as usual, guys, that is the update. I'll see you guys in the next update, which will be in 2 months. Hopefully. I get really, really busy during the summer, but I'll try to keep on the videos and more of the Collection Carnage videos also. They've been fun to do again. You know, they've been really fun to do. So keep the comments coming. I'll try to get back to you guys. And as usual, I'm out of here, man. Do